I haven't dollar cost averaged generally because, I spent 30 years in financial markets, so I hubristically that I can time them a bit better. So, I have bought into big sell-offs and I'm kind of cleaning up my portfolio, sorting it out, getting ready to do that to try and add as much as I can.
Bitcoin has finally ended a 9-week-long losing streak on Sunday when a green weekly candle finally appeared on the Bitcoin chart. The positive weekly close kicked off a green start of the new week, with gains across the board in the crypto market. This new rally was broad in the market, with both Bitcoin, Ethereum, and many altcoins seeing 24-hour gains of more than 5%. Bitcoin now faces technical resistance around the $31,500 to $32,000 level, and if the price can hold above this level, continuation to the upside can be expected. Hello and welcome to Smart Tech Ideas. In today's video, Real Vision CEOs and former Goldman Sachs executive Raoul Pal updates about the current financial markets, especially the crypto markets, his long-term thesis on Bitcoin, along with the key information to thrive in a bear market. Make sure to stick around till the end of this video where Raoul Pal shares the best strategies to time the Bitcoin market, along with tips to get over the fear of liquidation in Bitcoin space. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. So without wasting any time, let's dive right into the video.
So leverage works in crypto that you have some Bitcoin and you want to borrow some more Bitcoin or some US dollars or whatever it is you want to do. So you will pledge your Bitcoin. But what happens is if the collateral falls and the exchange or whoever it is, or the DeFi protocol says, oh, it doesn't cover the amount, you get liquidated immediately.
Bitcoin's price is set to jump at least 13% as tailwinds hover over global markets. Although the background is still tainted by central bank tightening, traders are seeing the upside potential from governments slashing taxes to support living and spending patterns for households, and thus safeguarding the cash inflow into cryptocurrencies. As a result, cryptocurrencies overall are seeing their price action underpinned. Bitcoin price, for example, did not make new lows as expected but is trading sideways and is ripe for a breakout towards $34,000, with the 55-day simple moving average as a cap on the top side for now.
So what I did is I bought in 2013, $200 per Bitcoin. It went up to 1,000 in 6 weeks. But I had a long-term thesis. I wrote the first kind of macro strategy paper about the valuation of Bitcoin. I thought this could be worth $1 million, and let's assume I'm an idiot by 90%, it's still worth 100 grand. So this is the best bet I've ever seen. So I held on, and then it fell 82%. And I'm like, wow. But I'd taken the bet, and I put money in, was not levered, and I could afford to take the bet. So I just thought, I'm just going to forget about this and just see, because this is a longer term thing, and you don't normally make money that fast, and it doesn't normally fall this fast. So let's just see. And then I kind of forgot about it, 2014, and then 2015 starts going up again. And then by 2017, I'm now mentally scarred from an 82% drop, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I then see confusion in the market about either we're going to fork Bitcoin to 2 different chains. The price is 2,000. I'm now up tenfold. I'm a genius. My macro bet has paid off, sort of. I sell out. It goes up to 20,000 in 3 months later, and I don't mind. I don't mind because I've made 10 times my money. What I did was deviate from my thesis. My thesis was this was a 10-year bet. And I took the money off the table within 5. If you put 10 grand into that first bet, it would have been worth 1.4 million.
Whoa.
By doing the right thing, buying reasonably low and selling reasonably high and timing the market, that was a small fraction. It was, in fact, I think I made 20% of what I would have meant if I held on.
Whoa.
And then I went back and looked at, okay, well, what did I actually do? Because I massively increased my position in June. I still underperformed by 5x. And then I'm like, okay, what happens if I'd done the right thing? What I should have done, which was my framework, which was you buy it when it's on sale, when there's blood in the streets. So I went back and looked at the bottoms of the bear market, assumed I'm an idiot and I can't catch the bottom of the bear market and miss it by 30%. and just put the same amount in each time that I started with.
Bitcoin price has been left at the mercy and woes of global markets these past few days, with very choppy price action resulting. The $30,000 marker has been chopped up so much it is almost not worth using as a reference point anymore. Nonetheless, the jump above this level shows how easily sentiments are shifting yet again in this trading week, as risk-on is back with a vengeance and futures are trading in the green overall, pushing morale and sentiment further into risk. Bitcoin price faces the 55-day simple moving average as a cap on the top side, which is likely to be crucial going forward, as it has not been tested since April 21 after a failed break and bull trap.
If you were lucky enough, like you and I, to have bought slightly earlier in the cycle, then for goodness sake, don't look at your loss of wealth from peak. That's stupid. That's the American dream, fixating on something that doesn't exist. Don't think, oh, my net worth's down 50%, this is the end of the world. No, that's not how it works. How it works is you need to be in it to win it. And you can't be in it to win it if you've got leverage or if you're out of the market. And so if you say to me, well, you know, that's difficult for people, sure, then put less in. It's as simple as that. You get to the point where you can sleep at night, then you've got the right size bet. And once you have made money and it's compounded, then don't look at it from the peak to trough. So one of the tricks I've learned with myself in a slightly different thing is wine. And wine, good wine, is expensive. But it's a lot cheaper if you buy it early, i.e. when it comes out. So I bought, and I've just taken a delivery of stuff I bought 15 years ago. Now what I do is this little mental trick, which is I write off everything I pay for wine when I buy it. Because I don't see the wine for 15 years, so why do I care? And so mentally, it's gone to zero. So now I'm able to drink wine which I would never open.
Downside risk could come if sentiment shifts yet again into risk-off, with the ECB as a key event. Markets and traders will be watching every word at the post-meeting press conference, as the ECB is set to climb out of negative rates for the first time in a decade, and miscommunication would be disastrous for the euro and USD. If Lagarde misses the mark, dollar strength could result, which would create a headwind and push BTC price back towards $28,695 and possibly even a test of $28,000.
You distance yourself from price action because your theory is that it's going to go from here to a lot further over time. That key word is over time. And we've all said, all of us have said, and we know it does this a lot on the way. When Bitcoin and ETH crashed last year, fell 55% from the high, I spoke to my wife and I'm like, God, everybody's freaking out, you know. And she's like, why, what's happened? I said, well, it's down 50%. She said, but you said that's normal. And her exact words, so just shut the fuck up. You should be buying here, not freaking out.
Notably, the price spike for major coins happened as news emerged that Bitcoin miners have started selling off coins that were previously hoarded in an attempt to cover operating costs. Miners transferred about BTC 195,663 to exchanges in May, marking the biggest monthly increase since January per Bloomberg. At an average monthly price of $32,000 per coin, the value of the Bitcoin sent to exchanges is $6.3 billion. However, Bitcoin miner Riot blockchain has been stockpiling Bitcoin on a bet that prices would keep appreciating. For smaller miners, including the privately owned Cathedra Bitcoin Inc., the selling was necessary in order to alleviate a pressing financial situation.
Go into the financial markets, like the futures markets, which is mainly for accredited or sophisticated investors. It's not an instant liquidation, and that's terrifying. Because suddenly, something like the oil price, let's say you've bought some oil futures, what that is leverage on the future price of oil. That's like you would do with Bitcoin. But oil sometimes can go down 10% a day. And because you've got leverage, before you know it, you're losing enormous sums of money. They don't liquidate you. They call you up and tell you you owe them margin. So leverage is very scary. The nice way of playing leverage is options. Options is something definitely worth people learning about. And a lot of people learnt on Robinhood, because then you're only putting up what you can afford. If you say, I can afford to lose $1,000 on this bet, it's basically like the instant liquidation thing. And you can only lose the $1,000. But you don't lose your whole underlying position. You just lose the $1,000 you bet on the price of something going from here to there by whatever date. That's an options bet.
According to the crypto exchange Kraken's latest on-chain digest, the crypto market has not yet shown any signs of emerging from bearish conditions, with on-chain data showing a continued decline in crypto network demand in May. Still, Bitcoin continued to perform better than altcoins, both in terms of price and on-chain fundamentals. According to the report, Bitcoin was the best or second best performer in every on-chain metric, while also having the smallest growth in circulating supply. The report added that indicators such as Bitcoin's spent output profit ratio and market value to realized value, Z-score, have continued to signal oversold conditions, and said that a return to neutral conditions for these indicators would suggest network demand is returning. So do you think Bitcoin market is headed for a major recovery next? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.